Your style and your flavor make the city rock. They must say the season come out with a bang. Coach Minzy, best round here. Remember that.
All right, people, welcome back to the coach's desk. Trusting that everybody is doing well. I normally say that just to see if everybody is doing well. Welcome to our co-host as well, Fabian Gunner. Hey, I've got to change the name, there's still no Fabian. Anyways, big up yourself, Fabian. What's happening?
I'm good. Big up, coach. Just excited for tomorrow, the big day. Few hours to go. Really excited to see what's in store for tomorrow.
Yeah, man. And welcome to the persons on Facebook. Welcome to the person on track with Fabian. And welcome to the persons on Facebook and basically. So we are streaming on 3 platforms right now. Thanks to Fabian at 18K, my day, brother.
Yeah, I realize
Yeah,
that
man. So
climbing.
much respect and thanks to all the persons who continue to support Coach's Desk. Yeah, man. We started just a little over 2 years ago. Just to venture into the sporting arena of the talent that we had, and it is what it is at this moment. So big up on yourself. So Fabian, we'll be talking about discussing 2 topics: Elaine Thompson, the silent the critics and the critics of Coach's Desk and other YouTube platforms that believes that we carry information wrong.
Mm-hmm.
She was just representing her country and the country reps Puma. So whatever. You know what I mean? So we're here to talk about that big move from Elaine, and we're here to talk about the relays. Very interesting and integral part of any track and field lover, especially in Jamaica. If you got sports there and they keep sports and no relay and run, the sports not nice.
Yeah.
You understand? So basically we'll be discussing that. But yeah, man, let me put up the big bad Elaine Thompson here.
Me make sure me not black her out. I wish it
No man, you're
outside.
not gonna block her out, man. There it is, people. There it is. It's official. It is official. Yeah, man, it is official. But let me big up some persons in the comment section. Alisa Dunn, big up yourself. Welcome. Only a day to go before World Championship. Fresh God, big up yourself, Fresh. Capo in the building. Del Olivier, big up yourself. Um, Fiat Love, coach, living it up in Oregon. Living it up? Which one I coach them? Be strong, bless up yourself. Um, we have been sharing your post. Thank you very much, Alicia Dunn. Love it. Coach, live no, so I'm not live up in an Oregon. Faith Love. Karen John, big up yourself. Welcome. World record watch. My opinion, big up yourself. Show them your coach. Yeah, man. Big up on yourself. Big up on yourself. So, Fabian,
Mm-hmm.
what do you think about this move? First of all, before you say anything, let me talk. Oregon is track town,
Okay.
and it is considered as Nike town as well.
It is.
You see the maths?
Yeah. I
You know,
do.
see,
I do. All right.
you know,
So
see Puma.
give them a little history of Oregon. That it's actually one of the owners of Nike who built Hayward Field.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That
So you know, see Puma ambush them.
yes, in their town, in their stadium.
Ambush marketing. Hey, Puma executive never go on a bag of things.
Yeah, man.
You notice them unleash, they unveil Abby Steiner to them.
Abby Steiner. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So Puma go on a bag of things.
Big moves they're making, big moves.
Of course, Nike's track tone, brother. And the
Big
man them it's
moves.
like them unveil Elaine on the track.
Them ambush the people them in them own backyard.
Boy, I think look away, man. John no star. But big up to the persons. Tego Paul, welcome. Big up yourself. Apple side I said Puma gonna come 1, 2, 3 in the women 200 meter. Well, that is possible. Puma ambush the Olympic, the World Championship. But Fabian, you know it's a long time I hear about that move, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it has been on the cards from, I think, was the pre-Fontaine Classics last year. A lot of persons had some doubts about it, but I know for a fact that you have been saying it for some time. Maybe not in the public space, but you have been saying it for some time that it's going to happen.
Yeah, man, definitely. And you know why I thought it was solid. It's when she signed to Andy Sports.
That was it for me too.
Yeah, that really made me say, say because Marvin Anderson basically not say he doesn't deal with other athletes from other brands, but it's predominantly
Yeah.
a Puma man. Because when we see them man on the street and them man in the street, a straight Puma them man they wear.
Yeah.
You understand? So them man they are Puma. You understand? So when I saw her sign to it, I asked an important person in her camp the question. And we had a lengthy conversation. And he was explaining the whole heap of clause and all of these things that would have caused. And basically, she's still signed to Nike. And
Tonight, yeah.
before it burst out, because me did want to drop a story upon it before now. But me like do my research. Me like go to the source and find out the thing if I saw it go. So that's how I held back on the information for months now. But when me see she step out in at the airport,
That was it for me also.
well, I know Fabian, she step out in at the airport, not in at the Air Force, but in at the Puma.
Yeah, Puma, no Air Force, Puma, full Puma from head to toe.
Yeah, man. So right there and then I know that it was I make 2 contacts and the contacts will make say boy, say she has been training in the Puma gear, you understand? So it looked like the pipe got bust. But
Yeah.
the interesting thing about it, Fabian, is that, and viewers and subscribers, her first speech after becoming a Puma athlete, it's the world record. Right now,
I heard about that too.
right now, people must have fretted them. What do you think?
Well, if her PB is 10.54, and if she has the world records in her sights, it's only a matter of time before she gets there. That is what I am sure about. And seeing now that she is more comfortable, a lot happier with her new sponsor, anything is possible. And from the information that yourself, Mr. Levy, brought to us the other night, saying that she looks superb in training, I would not put it past her. But I think this is bigger for Puma than it is for Elaine. Puma got the. I don't even want to use. You know what? I'm going to use the Puma get the big fish. Puma get the biggest athlete for me right now in sprinting. Puma has the biggest athlete in sprinting. So they have done it again. Remember,
You
Puma
seeing Bolt?
sponsored Bolt, fastest man alive, and now the fastest woman alive. So they are making some really, really big moves. And this is big for Puma more than it is for Elliot. I think Puma got away with this one.
All right, somebody said in a video I posted earlier that her statement seems to be an indicator that there's likely a substantial bonus for breaking the world record in her contract, because they mentioned that she was 0.05 outside of the record. And her statement following that is that this world record has been standing for long, and we want to ensure that it goes. So track and field is an odd sport at the professional level, where athletes are primarily dependent on lucrative endorsement deals, which seem to potentially pay the significantly more than their appearance fees and prize money. So that's why this poster is saying it could be a case where that would be a part of her contract. And Puma normally pays some good bonus, you know.
Yeah.
So you see, when she made the final, it's like how World Championship is going to be paying what, 75,000 for the winner.
Yeah, no,
And
70
so
for the winner, 70 and
70
35
for
for
the
silver.
winner, 55,
35 for silver, 22 for
35 and
bronze.
22, yeah.
Yeah, 70, 35, 22.
So what is happening now? Even if she goes in the final and she comes in the top 3, she's still gonna get bonus from her shoe sponsor.
Yes,
You know?
from Puma, as well as the money
Right.
from World
So
Champs.
it is crazy. It is crazy. It is crazy. And it's a good look for the athlete. You know, they would have toiled. Persons are saying Puma might be the highest paying sponsor out there. I don't know. I've never done a research on it. But one thing I know is that Puma love Jamaican athletes.
Yeah.
And they have been with us for years. They have been sponsoring the J3s for years as well, from as far as 2002. I remember one time there was this company that came that wanted to take over the sponsorship of Champs, or the same J3s there. I don't remember that name, but it never last long. One year. But with that said, Fabian, you think Elaine can really run away with this world record? Because I'm gonna full up back, you know.
I expect her to break the record, but not this year. I expect her to. All I need for Elaine to break the record is to have an injury-free season. A lot of her season was hampered this year by injury, and that world record is no joke. I expect her to break it next year at the World Championships, not this year. Next year, when she would have been more comfortable in every aspect of training and all of that. So I expect her to break it next year, not this year. But then World Championships is on Hayward Field in Tracktown on the super track. So anything is possible. If in that final they get a 1.8 headwind, that record is gone. 1.8 tailwind, sorry, that record is gone.
Yeah. Certainly. Yeah.
So I don't think she would break it this year. But if you see in Oregon, anything is possible in Oregon, you know. I don't think she's in the shape to break it right now. But if you put at 1.8 or 1.9 tailwind behind them, the record will go. All right, so coach look like having some internet trouble. But again, this is a big move for both Puma and for Elaine. Puma making some really, really, really big strides. You know that Puma is also the team sponsor for Jamaica, and they are unveiling Elaine today, the day before World Championships in Oregon, in Tracktown. And for those who are just joining, the stadium that the World Champs is being held at was built by one of Nike's owners. So you can see how Puma basically ambushed Nike on their own field, unveiling not only Elaine Thompson, who is the fastest woman alive, but they also unveiled the most promising American right now, which is Abby Steiner. Remember, Abby Steiner also signed to Puma. So Puma not only unveiled Elaine Thompson, but they also unveiled Abistana. So basically, what Puma has done, Puma has gotten the fastest woman from Jamaica and the fastest rising female from America, and they have got them on board. And I mean, as coach said earlier, as athletes depend a lot on endorsement deals. That is what really pays a lot of their bills. And so this is a big contract. A lot of persons were expecting it. I was expecting it. The airport picture really cemented for me. But what do you think about this this move by Elaine Thompson? A lot of persons agree with it. Some don't agree with it. What do you think about this move by Elaine to actually get a Puma sponsorship or an endorsement deal from Puma? Is it a good move? Is it a bad move? Will it affect her performance? Will it motivate her? How you think this might affect her and the other competitors around her? Is it going to be something that is weighing on her mind, or will it motivate her? In her talk, in her release, she said she spoke about the world record. And as coach was saying that somebody in the comment section mentioned that she might be getting a bonus for breaking that world record. So I think that is added motivation for her. All right, so Mikhail saying it's a great move. Nike didn't care about her. I wouldn't say Nike didn't care about her. A lot of persons from the Prefontaine Classics, where the Prefontaine Classics was happening, and there was Sherika Jackson, Shelly and Fraser Price, and Elaine Thompson there, and they weren't the headline acts for the Prefontaine Classics. By the way, the Prefontaine Classics was held on that same track that the World Championships is being held at. That is the track that Elaine ran the 10.54 on. By the way, so I'm just putting some things into perspective. So all those persons who might have some little debates going in about the track and all of that, that is the track that Elaine ran her 10.54 on. So she would be looking to go even faster come Sunday in that 100-meter finals. All right, so it does nothing to her performance. All right, so I hear saying world record, and the only person you're attributing it to is Elaine. It is not in the realms of possibility that someone else can break the world record. All right, Jermaine. So if you know me, or if you are just seeing me for the first time talking, Shelly is my favorite sprinter. So, and I've said it before that Shelly can break that world record. I am only talking about Elaine because she specifically mentioned the world record. She mentioned it today in her press release that the world record has been there for too long. It's in her mind, and it was added to her goals and all of that. So that is why I'm talking about it as it relates to Elaine. I'm not saying Elaine is the only person that can break it. You realize I said that in Oregon, if they ever get a 1.9 tailwind, the record is gone. I did not say Elaine is going to break the record, you know, because right now we have 3 phenomenal women who are dominating female sprinting. These women are dominating female sprinting. And for me, I can't count out the double Olympic champion. News from her camp is that she is in superb form, that what they're seeing from training, she is back at tip-top shape, in top form. So I'm expecting her to go all out or go close to her personal best, if not PB again. All right. And then there's Sherika, who is improving rapidly. She's improving rapidly. And then there's, the consistent Shelly running 10.6 3 times and then 10.7 in all her races this season. So I don't want you to think that I'm just saying Elaine is the only one that is possible of breaking the record. We're just talking about it because she specifically spoke about it in her press release. All right. So any one of the three women can break the world record. Any one of them break the world record, it would be perfect for me because I don't. That is a world record that I don't really respect. It is there, it's in the history books, but I personally don't respect that world record. I think there were too many iffy things surrounding that record. Right, coach?
Yeah, man. Too many concerns. Too many concerns. Too many concerns where that record is concerned. But yeah, yeah. So it will be interesting to see these three ladies battle it out over this weekend. Very interesting.
Yeah. You know my pick already, you know. But anyone win, I want 1, 2, 3, 4.
You
That
know,
is what I want.
somebody's saying I hope her contract is over $2 million.
It has to be over 2 million. It has to be. And think about it. Abby Steiner has literally, she hasn't won anything. All she has won is an NCAA title. Elaine Thompson is a double Olympic champion, fastest woman alive in both the 100 and the 200 meters. I am sure that contract is way more than 2 million.
Has to be for real. Listen, this is a 2-time double Olympic champion, you know. You understand? She's without doubt the leading
Female athlete right
sprinter
now.
right now.
Yes.
You understand? So them have to come with something huge, something big. Yeah? It can't be no dibby sort of thing. Nah. Something big.
And we know Puma likes Jamaicans.
Right? Imagine, I tell you, fastest woman alive.
Fastest woman alive.
And you did have the fastest man alive. Her deal must be big, man.
Still have the fastest man alive. Doesn't he have a lifetime contract with Puma?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so they still have the fastest man alive. No, they added the fastest woman alive to it, and they both happen to be Jamaican. They also, the Puma taking over track and field, you know, because if you realize, you know, Puma also sponsors Sharika. So Puma slowly but surely taking over track and field. Because in essence, Puma now has 2 of the 3 fastest ladies in the world.
I mean, so them all go for a little dynamo, you know. Yeah, hear that thought there?
I wish look at that. Put it in the private chat. Let me see where you thought, because
Me not have to talk no secret, man. No Shelly, man.
I mean,
but me not think so still.
I'm not sure how many years does Shelly have left on her contract. 2?
Probably 2. And from the reports that I got, Fabian, is that based on how long she has been with them,
yeah,
it's just for her to finish out the contract so she can have that lifetime thing.
Yeah, because they have always been her sponsor. And over her lifelong career, Nike has been her sponsor. So I don't think it would be a good move for Puma, because realistically, I think Shelly has 1 more Olympics left in her. And she plans to go to the next Olympics. And I mean, for persons looking at Shelly and looking at her age, you see, because we have 3 competition years coming up back to back to back, I wanted to look at how her coach decided to run her this year. You realize Shelly did not run a lot of races this year.
Yeah, man, because
so I am sure It
They
is in
spoke.
their mind.
Yeah, they spoke about it. That he made was some rookie mistake to having her running.
Last season,
Right.
yeah.
So when they come on to the Olympic, she basically them say she peak early.
Mm-hmm.
So they took a strategic approach this time around. Plus, age is a factor too,
Yeah.
in terms of not to say that she's old, but in terms of track and field age.
Track age.
Right. So that is the situation.
Hey, but females, all right. So I read a study once that said females peak between 32 and 34 in track. Males, it's between 25 to 30, I think. But these women are incredible. They are. Remember Bridget Foster Hilton
Mm-hmm.
won her gold medal at what, 36, 37,
36, I believe.
36.
Mm-hmm.
She, so that is
But
amazing.
Fabian, look at it. When at what age did Jetta run her fastest time? At what age did Merlin not run her fastest time? At what age did Shelley run her fastest time?
Mm-hmm.
When Bridget won. So I mean,
It's 30 odd. So the females look like they're peaking at 30 odd. So
but
even though she
I don't think it goes up to 30 though, where the men are
no,
concerned.
mm-mm. I think it stops at 28. I think
Yeah,
25 to
between
28.
27, 28. That's
Yeah.
their peak. That's their ceiling. But sometimes you have persons who will still continue and they will do well, but it doesn't happen all the time.
I'm doing some research on that now, you know. I'm
But the
gonna
thing
tell you
about
about
it,
it off here.
things have really changed, and things have changed rapidly. So
Mm-hmm.
research would have to be done again to really see the ceiling of these athletes now, because they many of them are defying the odds. Look at Justin Gatlin.
Mm-hmm.
He actually close to 40. Look at Kim Collins.
I,
You know
I
what I
I was
mean?
thinking about Kim Collins.
Yeah. So things have really changed in terms of nutrition, the type of equipment, the footwear. They are making some very good footwear to protect the athletes, their feet and all of these things. So I mean, it might be theoretically there's a ceiling, but
Mm-hmm.
when you look at it practically, it can really surpass those.
Yeah. So even though it's theory, we have exceptions to every rule.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want anybody to think that it is set in stone, because in track and field or in life, there's nothing that is set in stone. So you ready for the big conversation, coach?
Yeah, man. Kick it
The,
off
the,
now.
the one. All right. So as coach alluded to earlier, you cannot go to a sports day, whether it be an infant school, a kindergarten, a basic school, and I use that so I can cover all spheres in Jamaica. You cannot go to a sports day and not watch the relays. In Jamaica, relays is a big thing for us here in Jamaica. It is the event that I think more people watch the relays than who watch the 100-meter finals in Jamaica, because relays is something that we don't play with relays. Now, we have dominated sprint relays for some time. We see our 4x1 female team, our women, should have broken that world record last year. It didn't happen. I think they will break it this year. As long as we carry around the stick and make some good button exchanges. Poor button changes last year cost us the record. So I'm thinking if we fix that up this year, we can get it. But for this live, we want to basically give you some information. So it's really about some education as it relates to relays and how a relay is set up. But what I wanted to do in the comment section, tell me something that in from you going to primary school, how they normally set up the relays in primary school. Because I think that a lot of persons still have that as the general notion of setting up a relay team. So let me know in the comment section how you normally set up the relay team as it relates to the personnel. How you normally set up your relay team. And so this live is really to shed some light on how relay teams are set. And it's not just about throwing persons to run on a team, but there's actually some things that we have to discuss as it relates to setting relay, who run what leg and all of that. All right. So in primary school, we just throw the fastest person on the ankle leg, and the ankle leg is the last leg, and we just say, oh, that's it. All right. And I think a lot of persons still have that notion, but it's a lot more complex than that. And so, see, fastest runner on the last leg, slowest runner on the third leg, speedy ones on the start. So different persons would set their relay teams in different ways. But then there's a lot more thought process into it as it relates to selecting relay team. A lot of controversy now surrounding these women and who should run what leg on the relay team. I have my relay team, how I would let them run. I know a coach has his idea of how he would let them run. I think we have the same relay team or close to the same. But we're going to give you some information, seeing that I am a track coach. Coach is also a track coach, and how we set up our relay teams in our different teams that we coach, and the reason for all of that. Coach, you want to add anything to that?
Oh man, you have said it all.
All right, so I think I'm gonna go with the things that are constant first. So I'm gonna go basic. Starting basic. Some things remain constant. It doesn't matter where you run the relay, some things remain constant. We know that the changeover zone is 30 meters. So you must pass the baton in the changeover zone, which is 30 meters. And there are 3 changeover zones on the track. So you have to pass the baton in that 30 meters. That remains constant. It doesn't change. Another thing that does not change is the hand that you collect and pass the baton in. The first leg runner starts with the baton in their right hand. The second leg runner collects the baton in their left hand. Then the third leg runner collects it in their right hand. And then the anchor leg runner or the last leg runner collects it in their left hand. So what we're seeing is a right, left, right, left. And that also is constant. That is how it has to be.
And they call that the zigzag formation.
Zigzag formation, yeah. So that is how you have to pass the relay baton. So it's not a case where you just run and put up any hand and collect it. If you, while watching this year's World Championships, look, every single first leg runner will have the baton in their right hand, because that is how it has to be done. All right. So these are things that we look on when we are selecting relays. So ready for the tough part now, coach?
What? Which tough part?
I wanted to tell them your relay
My
team.
lineup?
Yeah, your lineup. But I see a comment about not breaking the record because Elaine moved off too fast. I think I want to adjust that before. All right, so Albert, so Elaine was running on the second leg, and as I just mentioned, the second leg runner must collect the baton in their left hand. Elaine collected the baton in her right hand, so that is what slowed down that baton pass. So she went out too early, and she collected the baton in her right hand. At that point, muscle memory took over, and she's normally running on the third leg. So when muscle memory take over and you stop thinking, the body reacts, and the body reacts and put up the right hand, and that is why that changeover took so long. If you rewatch the race, they actually made the changeover at the end of the 30-meter zone, almost running out of the zone. All right, so that is the reason why they never break the record. I don't think she was comfortable on that second leg. All right, so over to you now, coach.
All right, for me, my lineup would be Kemba, Shelly, Elaine, Sherika Jackson. Simple. All right, we are blessed with 4 fast runners.
Mm-hmm.
But why Sherika Jackson is on the anchor leg? From high school, she ran anchor leg.
That's
and what
one.
I heard is that they're not gonna allow her to touch the button twice because she's not a good passer of the baton, right? Elaine is a very good curve runner
Yes.
because of her 200-meter prowess. Shelley and Fraser Price, you want to give her the straightaway because of her exploits on the 100 meters. Kemba Nelson, very good starter. And you could use either Brianna or
Brianna
Kemba.
Art.
Any one of
Yeah.
them, no, I have no problem. But I'm going with the faster athlete, which is Kemba,
Mm-hmm.
right? She's a fast starter as well. So there and then you're gonna be having a very good start. And once they pay attention to their check mark and all of that and be patient, of course they're gonna hit those marks and run the world record.
Yeah, and I agree 200%. I have the same team. I have, for me, this is why we have trials. Over the last few years, I've always said that there is nothing that separates Brianna and Kimba.
Hold on the Fabian. Del Olivier, remember I said any one of them could
Yeah.
run. So if you pick Brianna, I have no problem with that. But
Mm-hmm.
don't have a problem if I pick Kemba.
It's Kimba, yeah.
Because remember, I was the one who said any one of them is fine.
Yeah.
You understand? But you can choose who you want to use. I'm looking at it from my standpoint. Let us just respect each other's opinion, man. And we can discuss it and not be, a little bit condescending, so to speak.
Yeah. All right. So my team is the same as coach's team because this is the reason why we have trials. Now, I have always said that in the last few years that Brianna and Kemba, they are basically the same. They run the same way. They both have a bullet start. I think Brianna and Kemba are the two of the very few persons who can keep up with Shelly at 40 meters, at 30 meters. So,
Hold on there again, Fabian. This one comment that Brianna is more experienced. I don't know how.
yeah.
I want the persons who are saying that Brianna is more experienced tell me why they believe that. Because
Mm-hmm.
Kemba has been on the NCAA circuit running relays over and over and over and over. Brianna went to one Olympic with the team. She is a newbie at the World Championship. So this experience thing, she's more experienced than Kemba in what way? Kemba would have done more relays than Brianna.
I
But I
think
still have no problem with both of them running or
either
either
of
of
them,
them.
either of them can run. But coach, I think people are not familiar with Kemba because a lot of persons paid attention to the Olympics last year and they saw Brianna and Brianna was outstanding on that first leg. Yes, Brianna has a bullet start. So does Kemba.
So does
Kemba,
Natalia White in 2019. Natalia White gave a good start and we won.
exactly. So we are not saying that Brianna cannot start, We are just saying that Brianna and Kemba, they both have very good starts. I don't want it to look. I think the worst start that I have ever seen Kemba is at the trials. That's the worst start I've ever seen Kemba get at the trials. Remember, Kemba has a very fast 60-meter time, She's very good at 60-meter because of her start. Now, Brianna went to one Olympics, and before the Olympics, Brianna was a newbie. So I don't want anybody to beat Kemba, and this is the reason I would start Kemba in the final. For me, they are like for like. They're the same for me. The same thing I would get from Kemba is the same I would get from Brianna. But I would start Kemba on the basis of trials. This is why we have trials. Last year at trials, Brianna beat Kemba. And so Brianna got that nod. This year at trials, Kemba beat Brianna. That is why we have trials. So on that merit, I would give Kemba the first leg because Kemba is very, very fast out of that block. She's a bullet out of the blocks. She's so fast out of the blocks, people call her Little Shelly. If people don't know, that is her nickname, Little Shelly, because she's a bullet out of the blocks like Shelly. All right. So but for me, it's either Brianna or Kemba. They are equally as good at the start. All right. A lot of persons may be more familiar with Brianna, but for me, you want to run on the finals, finish top 4. That is my point. I have to reward them. That is why we have trials. So the top 4 for me must run the relays. That's just how I see it. And I'm not gonna bend the rules for anybody at all. Unless you get a medical exemption and you never run at trials. Next, I have Shelly on my second leg. Shelly has run a lot of second leg. She's comfortable with the baton in her left hand. And you want her to go in a straight line. Many persons might argue, why not let Shelly start? You don't want
Shelly is versatile still enough. Shelly is so versatile. She can run any other leg.
She can run any leg. So
because her kinetic intelligence, I would say, is very high. So she can and I would believe that some of the athletes probably this is not a this thing, but we can't make Sherika handle the button 2 times. It's just a fact.
We
can't make Elaine run second leg, not because she's one of the time she's the fastest person of the 4. We still can't make sure and run third leg because she used to the button in her second leg. She used to the button in her right hand.
Yes.
You understand? So I would put Elaine on the third leg.
That is where I would put her.
Andre Patterson is not really who is the stronger on the curve, you know, Elaine or Shelly or Jacko, you know. It's the fact that Jacko have to under the button one
time.
So if you put her to the third leg, she's going to be an outgoing runner and an incoming runner. And we don't want that. Meaning she has to collect the baton, receive the baton, and she has to pass the baton. So it's best if we allow her to just collect. And that has been happening with her from Veer Technical, U-Tech. She collect the button 1 time.
People saying, I have to agree with everything that coach said. I mean, I don't agree with everything, you know, but the reality is in this case, we are on the same page because of how relays are run. So Shelly is versatile. She can run any leg. But remember, when you are selecting a relay team, you have to make sure that you put the right ingredients together to make the relay. You can't just look on it and say, all right, Shelly is the fastest starter, so I'm going to throw up on the first leg. Shelly is also fast in a straight line. And you have to look on it that I wouldn't want Brianna or Kemba on the second leg, even though Kemba has run second legs for Oregon this season. But in a straight line, Shelly is faster than Kemba and Brianna. And even though Elaine...
Maybe ask the person who post that, who said that?
So SJ faster than... No, Randolph Drakes. Nobody is saying that. And that's what I was just coming to. So even though Elaine is faster than Sherika Jackson, listen, Sherika is not. All right. So you have people that we call relay. I'm trying, me just lose my train of thought. People who are very good at relay. Michael Freighter is one of them. And I'm going to talk about that Bolt team because you see that team with Usain Bolt, I think it make a lot of misinformation going around about relays that we just throw the fastest runner on that relay team. Now, a lot of you might remember that Bolt was anchoring. He wasn't always on the anchor leg, by the way. He has run the third leg before. Now, Bolt is a relay runner that is not comfortable with the baton in his left hand. Now, many persons might ask, why wasn't Bolt on the second leg? Because the second leg runner has to collect in the left hand and pass in the left hand. Bolt is not comfortable doing that. So Bolt normally runs the third leg, which is the bend, because of his 200, or he anchors the team. When Bolt collects the baton in his left hand, he always switch it to his right hand on the anchor leg. Him not have nobody else to pass it to, so he can switch it to his right hand and run through the line. All right, so that is the reason why Bolt was on the anchor leg, not because he was the fastest, because based on relay rules, Bolt should have been on the second leg. But Michael Freighter is a relay expert. Michael Freighter is probably the best passer and receiver of the baton that I have seen. Right, let me see this comment. I really dislike that we have to build our race strategy around Sherika's inability to properly pass a baton. She's a world-class athlete. All right, so Albert.
Well, let me take it on. You have to build the team or put them in according to their ability, Albert. You don't want to put her because she's a world class athlete. You're gonna put her a first leg when she's not capable because of the quartet that we have to run the first leg. Come on, Albert. When you're forming a team, especially a
Mhm.
relay team, you set them according to their strengths and weakness. You can't go put Sherika a one leg where she's not comfortable, and that happens with relay team.
Yes. That's
You
what happened
have
with
to
the
put
female
them at
team last
specific
year.
place.
Remember, coach, it happened with Elaine last year.
It's the,
She wasn't comfortable on that second leg, you know. And what happened? Muscle memory kick in and she put up her right hand. I think your people need to understand, you know. Remember, them can't just run across the line without the baton, you know. So, and I'm going to say this, and I hope it don't fly over your heads. The 4 individual fastest persons don't necessarily make the 4 fastest team. Don't necessarily make the fastest team. So the fastest 4 individuals don't necessarily make the fastest relay team. Let me say that again so you can understand. The 4 individual fastest persons does not necessarily make the fastest relay team because the baton is what is important in the relay. So collecting and passing the baton it's more important than anything else in
it's
relays.
also evident in the tryout to break the world record last year.
It's evident
They
in
had
that.
the ladies were fast, but they weren't able to break the record because we had messy baton exchange.
Poor button passes we had last year. That's why we never break the record. And if you look at the individuals there in the race, we should have broken that record.
But because they
With
made
ease.
the button exchange. So Albert is saying, I'm merely saying that I dislike that she has that curable weakness. She needs to learn how to pass the baton. We could maximize better if she had better versatility. And that is so true, Albert. But at the same time, you ever hear say you can't bend a tree when you're old?
Yes,
And some
exactly.
habits and muscle memory and all of that, Albert. She has been running ankle leg from she was probably class 3 at Veer. And she has been running ankle leg, ankle leg, ankle leg, ankle leg.
Mm-hmm.
So you have some persons that are not versatile because of how comfortable they would have gotten in a particular position. And I believe that the one of that person is Sherika Jackson. Hence the reason she has not changed that position. Understand? So it's basically, yeah, she should be versatile as a world athlete, but not every world class athlete would be able to be that versatile when it comes down to relays. So we have to
Mm-hmm.
take that into consideration as well.
There's a comment that I wanted to highlight, coach, from the same Albert again. Say, for example, Shelly is the fastest. We wouldn't be able to use Shelly on the anchor because Sherika cannot pass properly. So, Albert, so if you put Shelly on the anchor leg, based on your reasoning, the team would be faster, right? If they didn't have any batons. But the baton is important. So when you add the baton to the equation, the team will go faster with Sherika handling the baton once. That is all we are saying. And that is why I said the 4 individual fastest persons don't necessarily make the fastest relay team because without the
But
baton, it
I
don't
get
mean
the
nothing.
point that he's making, though, no, Fabian. I
Yeah,
get the point
I
that he's
understand what he's
making.
making too.
But your point is even greater because you don't want to have the fastest person on the ankle leg, and then before you reach that person, you have one leg trying to pass the baton 2 times, slowing up the entire race. And then the fastest person on the ankle leg will run fast still, but probably come in third or second.
Yeah.
And
My
the
roof.
team, even if they are at first, the team is not going to be able to run that blistering fast time that we would have expected.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's as I said. I think a lot of persons. I think you see that relay team with that record relay team with Carter, Bold, Blake, and Freighter. I think that it messed up a lot, but that team was exceptional. It was a different team. It was an exceptional team. And remember, Michael Freighter is not. did if you have time, watch back that relay record. Michael Freighter is nowhere near as fast as Gatlin. And look at how Michael Freighter handled that backstretch because of how he collects and he passes the baton in a flash, because the baton is important in a relay. And you can't say, oh, they are professional athletes, so they should be doing this. Yes, when it comes on to sports, you can train and practice and practice and practice. That is why when they're doing track training, they do so many, it's repetition. So they repeat the same process over and over and over and over because muscle memory kicks in. Muscle memory will kick in. And when muscle memory kick in, it's like your body stops thinking. Your body just starts acting on what you have practiced for so long. So Sherika has been always running the ankle leg from her Veer days. And you might say, oh, Shelly faster than Sherika, Elaine faster than Sherika. But it is not a case where Shelly and Elaine are significantly faster than Sherika that it will slow down the team to put Sherika on the ankle leg. So even though they are faster than Sherika, Sherika is still faster than all of the other athletes, including those who will be on the ankle leg. So it is not something that would affect the team that much. It would affect the team more if you take her and put on the third leg and tell her, say, hey, deal with the baton 2 times. Or you put her on the second leg and say, deal with the baton 2 times. That would affect the team more than having her on the ankle leg. That is all we are saying.
All right, so Panache is saying that 10-7 Jetta, 10-8 Gardner, 10-8 Felix, and night 11-1, they broke the world record. What caused them to break that world record? They actually did it in what? Lane 1, I think. I think it was Tory Burry. Not whatever the case is, I think in that race, the US had some very, very slick passes. You understand? They had to have quick passes in order to break the world record. Yeah, so don't forget that. A 2016 meta. Oh yeah. 2012. Yes. Yeah, right. But I was just saying the world record was broken because the baton exchange was swift. But the problem, Faith Love. Faith Love. So everyone must get an opportunity to anchor.
That is the comment.
Elaine. Who said that? Faith
That
Love?
is the comment I'm looking for.
Nobody's being biased. Listen, anybody can run the anchor. Anybody can start. Anybody can run second. Anybody can run third. But the team has to be set up accordingly so that they maximize the potential of each athlete. Just that alone, you know.
It's just simple. It's that simple. So Faith Love putting Elaine on the anchor leg will not give you a faster time than putting her hand on the third leg. And yet you have to think about the team and what is best for the team. What is best for the team right now is for Elaine to run that third leg and handle the baton 2 times so that Sherika doesn't have to handle it twice.
But Fabian, anybody, if four persons run, whichever position they cross the line, you know, everybody I get record.
Everybody I get world record. Everybody I get gold medal.
A medal. So it's in the best interest of the team that the relay team is normally set up. And I'm glad we're having this conversation. You know, this is a very, very interesting topic. You know what I mean? Because you're hearing what some of the people are thinking.
Yeah. So it's not about Elaine or Shelly or Sherika. It is about the team and doing what is best for the team. I remember no team in the world is perfect. So in a perfect team, in a perfect world, all 4 ladies will be able to collect and pass batons in both hands. In a perfect world. But we don't live in a perfect world. I don't think we'll ever have a team where all 4 are excellent and comfortable passing the baton in with both hands and running on either leg. That time you can put the fastest starter to start, the fastest in a straight line, to second, and then the best curve runner around the curve. But it's not a perfect it is not a perfect world. It's about the team. So it's not about Elaine, it's not about Shelly, it's not about Sharika, it is not about Brianna, it's not about Kemba. So we need to stop try putting the athletes against each other, like how I see people putting Brianna versus Kemba and all of that. It is what's best for the team.
It's a team effort, man. It's a team effort. The
It's
world
about the
record
team.
team in the you see people talking about chemistry. Why did she mention chemistry? Chemistry is mentioned because of how they know each other and they were able to make the passes. So they would have probably been making the changes, and when the changes them that are making a practice, they realize that them have a nice thing going on, and the passes were slick, crisp, and effective. That are the difference, you know. So you run, reach, push, gone, reach, push, gone, reach, push, gone. You understand? So that is the difference. We have 4 capable athletes, but if we don't have that synergy and that energy that brings chemistry, then we're only going to win without the record, because the passes aren't going to be quick enough.
I don't understand why people are thinking that we are against Elaine because you don't want her to anchor. Whether Elaine runs, as a matter of fact,
But I know we are gonna pick the team, Fabian.
I know we up with the team. That's the first thing.
The
But the six ladies go get the gold medal. You know?
can very well decide to put Elaine at the anchor.
And right,
because of what they see in training. Anchor leg, which hand them receiving her? Left hand. And then she might change it to her right hand.
Yes.
If you fumble there, so you know she can recover, you know. But anyway, them put them, me are gonna be okay. But as a coach, me I gonna set my team a particular way. And every coach, if you talk to most of the coaches that are there, they might have similarities and differences in how they would set up the team. So it's individual preferences as well. But at the same time, they have to set up the team the best way so that the team can accomplish that gold medal first. And if they do it with precision, then they will be able to get the world record.
The record next.
That.
So that is the first. The team comes first. So I don't and this close to the World Championships, let us go behind the team. Whoever, even though I have my team that I would select based on my reasons, coach has his team who he would select based on his reasons. Any 4 that go out there and run, we are going to support any 4, and we would understand because each coach, they think different. They have different reasons for putting different persons on different legs and all of that. So I don't want us to like put our Jamaican athletes against each other when we want them to be together building a relay. And whether you're on the first, second, or third leg, you will be a part of that gold medal team. You will get your gold medal. If they break the world record, your name will be in history too. Majority of the people won't even remember that, hey, you ran the first leg, or you ran the second leg, or you ran the third leg. All right. So it's really about what is best for the team and not what is best for your favorite athlete. So we have to think about that. And I see.
Yeah, man, I agree with you on that one, Panache. If the US men get it right, they can go below 37.
Yeah,
I believe
I
so.
agree too. If they get it right. So
Yeah,
that is a big.
They always have challenges, and you see the thing about it, you know. You see why we are at a disadvantage with our team, and that's why practice and chemistry is important. Most of the athletes in the quartet, they're going to double. Elaine is going to double Shelly and Sharika. They want to conquer the world. You understand? So
our next debate, that coach.
It is critical that we qualify first. So we are going to select a team of the possible fringed individual that can cause us to qualify. Because if we not qualify, a different argument that will go on. No, these ladies are going to double. That has to be taken into consideration. But I believe that they are prepared well enough to take on rounds, and that's why you see track and field training is so difficult, and they go through the different phases because they have to ensure that they are fit to take on the rounds. So that is another challenge. The US men might have that challenge too. They might have that challenge too. So it's kind of iffy. I still believe that the girls can break the record. I still believe US can get the record if their passes are slick as well. So
Coach, just for
even though I explain all of that, I still believe that them can do it.
yeah, just for clarification, for World Championships, it's 6 in the pool, right?
6?
Are we allowed 8?
No, man. The rule is that you can use 4 in the first round and change the entire 4 for the second
Change the
round.
entire for World Champs.
Remember,
Okay,
they can pull from anybody, you know.
Okay, all right.
The
I just
reason why they
wanted to make
brought
sure that you know.
no, the reason why they brought 6 to the Olympics tonight because of remember the COVID situation,
Yeah,
and they didn't
because I
want,
remember
and
that
they
was
could
a
pull from
challenge.
other they could pull from other another personnels to run if the need be, so they still could utilize a fresh 4 than what run in the thing there.
It will. I think it will be a fresh 4.
Not a
I
fresh 4. They would have rounds under their legs.
yeah. But I in that I don't even want to open that can of worms about how that team would be set up because it go cause contention for the first round team. Seeing that Kemba not running the 200, that she has to run the heats at the 4x1. But I don't want to cause any contention. I think my opinion asked me a question. I can't find it back about it. I think it's something about in retrospect seeing yeah, this year Shelly and Sharika is at a different place in terms of speed and endurance. In retrospect, would you have placed them in the same position last year? Well, all right, my opinion from last year, I would have swapped Elaine and Shelly. That's the only change I would have made to that team. And I was saying it from last year that Shelly should run the second leg and Elaine run the third leg. And it turns out that the same reason why I wanted Elaine on the third leg is what happened in the relay. The
And
fact that
Fabian, let me add to that. My opinion is not because the athletes get faster, you're gonna shift them on legs. The thing that we do, we make the adjustment with the marker. So based on the running, so for example, Shelly's passing to Elaine. Elaine has gotten faster. In practice, so for example, they start out with 20. And each time they run up, they realize Shelly can't catch Elaine. They're going to make the adjustment by shortening the amount of steps
drop it
or
down.
lengthening it based on the normally lengthen it when the athlete is. Hold on. Yeah, the
Then too
shortening of
close.
the athlete is faster.
Yeah.
So basically, the adjustment is made from the marker rather than the legs, changing them on legs. So I hope that would have brought some clarity to this thing. So we're not gonna say, all right, Sharika get faster, so we have put our box stretch.
So it
Kimber get faster, we have put our box stretch. No,
yeah,
you make the adjustment with the
check
marker,
marks.
and they call it the check mark.
Coach, you're gone into technical areas now, you know. Well, technical, you're gone in technical areas, you know what? Because I didn't mention nothing about no check mark and all of that, you know, because all of this happens in training. And I was just going to come to the point that a lot of persons saying they are professionals and they should be able to do this. But when they are doing their program, Shelly is at Elite, Elaine is at New Era, Kemba is in Oregon, Brianna is with Atto. Tell me, when will they get the time to practice relays? and Sherika is at MVP. They are in 4 different camps, 5 different camps. So we don't have enough time at the World Championships for them to practice and say, hey, you would be better on the first leg, you'd be better on the second leg or the third leg. Learn for collect in your left hand. We just don't have enough time for that. So that is where comfort comes in.
Plus, Fabian, to add to that, suppose the athlete, well, not suppose, the athletes have their workout each day to do,
Mm-hmm.
And then you got to add the relay to it. That might be excessive work. So it comes a lot of technicalities unless you might forego your workout and put a run on the relay, because that is still speed work to sharpen up. So it comes with a whole lot. It not just easy, so people. It not
Coach,
just
I can't
easy, so.
answer CC for me now because CC, me know is a football man and CC, I tell me madness right now. So we don't need to practice a basic
See me send the link there. Come
Send
on,
the
I
link
could
and
beat
come.
you.
Come CC, come.
Come on, I could beat you.
So we can teach about relay because, and as coach was saying, you see, if you add a lot of people, a lot of persons probably just feel that they just go out there and them train. You see, the track program that they do on a yearly basis is something that is carefully calculated. It is carefully calculated so the athletes can peak at the right time. Even the competitive races that they run, it is carefully calculated. So adding relay practice to that might show off their entire program. And it will mess up the entire program. I find athletes peaking before time, take too long to peak and all of that. So it takes a lot of practice. So I don't know where CC get this thing from where him say, we just work off instincts. It's not instincts because you have to match speeds in relay. Suppose 2 athletes comfortable doing the same leg. All right, so if you have 2 athletes who are comfortable doing the same leg, it depends on which 2 legs. So if you have 2 athletes who are comfortable doing the first and the second leg, then you put the fastest starter. If they have equal speed, you put the fastest person out of the blocks, the fastest starter on the first leg, because they wouldn't be losing anything there. So both of them can collect in their left hand and pass in their left hand very good. Then you put the fastest starter on the first and the fastest in Australia on the second leg. So it's not a one size fits all. Stop sprint. Who is that? Michael, I could not put this. When you have a bounty of elite athletes, their primary responsibility is their individual event. Relays for teams with a lot of top level sprinters, it's a crapshoot and some level of luck. I wouldn't say it's luck, it's practice. And the Jamaicans, we are blessed to have relays. We practice a lot of relays from primary schools, and a lot of primary schools now they are doing the non-visual pass, button pass, which is what professionals use. So they are getting practice with that from they are 9, 10, 11. So when they get to high school, it is easier for them. And so when they get to the professional level, when they have a few hours to build a relay team, the only thing that they need to do is match speeds. And we're not talking about matching speeds. It's about extending their check marks or reducing their check marks to match the speed to make sure that they pass the button at the right time within that 30-meter zone. So it's very, very technical. For me as a coach, relay training is headache. It's headache, but it's very technical. Where CC now, come on.
No look, sir.
CC Fred, come CC man. Jump, come na CC. Me want make somebody else call too, I don't know if me make him call though, because me not like the message them where I send. I mean, we must, you see, track and field is not a one size fit all, and we must can share our views in a professional way. So if you disagree with something that ICR coach say, state your points to back it up, or call us and take us on. Understand? Call us, give us your point of view, we'll give you our point of view, and that is why we say we have dialogue. All right, so we have dialogue where you learn from us, we learn from you, and all of that. All right. I think Elaine, why Sam West? And Samuel, tell me why. I need to hear your reason before I can answer that. As to why you would make Elaine start. Again, this is coming from our experience in school and all of that of how we would set the relay team. So the link is in the chat, So if anybody want to come on and CC afraid I beating, so CC now go come on. As a person
Yeah, man,
saying,
Albert, so pin the link there at the top of the chat. So if you want to come on and join, you just click that to join. You just click the link and follow the steps.
come and tell us why you disagree with and share your point. Because there's no right or there's not really a right. Well, there are some things that cannot work, but there are really no right or wrong based on reasoning. All right.
And like I said earlier, if you check most of the coaches in the
Elaine ain't going on no first leg.
they might have different opinions on where they put athletes. So you're not right and you're not wrong.
Yeah, there's no right or wrong way. It just that make sure it's your way of work.
Exactly.
And that's all we make sure your way of work. Because I have my philosophy in relays is me not run down people. So I am not going to stack my team and throw my fastest runner no anchor leg. And say, hey, go and go run down and catch that person there and pass him. Because there will come a time when he can't catch him. Run me down. But then in my relay teams that I train, all of my athletes learn to pass the baton with both hands. And they have been doing it from there. I start teach them from them at 8 years old. Them I learn to pass and collect with both hands. And I put them under pressure situation, so they learn to collect and pass it. I go to track meets already and I switch the legs on the day I track meet. And it runs seamless because why? Because they are comfortable doing any leg, comfortable collecting and passing. And when I have kids training for relays, I have a primary school that I work with primary school children. When I send them to high school, my second leg runner might be a starter in high school or might be a third leg runner in high school. So I have to prepare them so that when they get to high school, when they bug up on a Coach Minzy can say, all right, I can put you on any leg because you were prepared from a young age. And that is easier for you, right, Coach? when you get them from that young age and certain things they know how to do already. They know how to make the check mark, they know how to set their hand to collect the baton, all of those things. So the person's asking, not coming. All right, my opinion, they should develop some sort of rule or stipulation that once you make the team, your camp should give you time for relay practice together before the Olympics. No,
they normally have something like that, But again, it's difficult. It's difficult. Why? Everybody have them training regime. And not everybody wants to leave before they finish their program because they want to ensure that they get everything out the way so that the athlete can actually put on their best or perform to their optimal at the championship. So when you see some athlete like Andre DeGrasse not running well in the season and then him come on championship and medal, you wonder what is happening. Because his program is designed for him to peak. Well, most programs should design for him to peak at the championship.
In the final, at the right time.
At the right time.
Yeah, because you don't peak. Explain to them, the coach, about the peak, the peak, because you don't
Peaking
peak
is basically you performing at your best when it matters at the right time. You understand? So that's basically peaking. You get the best out of the athlete at the right time. So your training program is designed throughout the year for you to run fast at a particular time. Albert, you have to turn on your camera so we can see if I'm a real person before me let you in on the stream.
Oh, Alberta forward. Good. So peaking, and it doesn't happen long. Nobody peaks for a month. It doesn't happen for long. And even
That was quick, Albert. I don't know if a real person that.
so even coaches, professional coaches do make errors and have their athletes peak before an event, peak after a big event. So it all
All right,
comes
man, I
down to
don't
the
know.
Albert. All comes down to the planning of the program and how well you know the athletes body, how they react to training and all of that, the workload and all of that. So it's about you knowing your athlete and learning about the athlete and how you can make sure they peak at the right time. Albert, welcome, Albert. The floor is yours.
Hi, good evening. Y'all hearing
Good
me?
evening. Yeah, man, hearing you loud and clear.
Yes, everything TV. I totally agree. Why am I have to show my face?
Hold on. Before Albert speak, Barry saying
All
Koja
right.
is Fabian, based on the videos you have seen posted, what are your views on the men's 4x relay setup? I can't say. It looks to me like Kemar Bailey Cole is gonna be running the second leg.
Second, the back stretch, yeah.
What's his name? It
Conroy,
look like Conroy is probably first. It look like Blake is third, which is the young Blake. And that's what I've seen to date. I have not seen a full practice to know if where everybody is going to be running. But that's what I've seen so far. Go ahead, Albert.
Albert.
Hey, sorry, was getting a call. Yeah. Yeah. Listen. Yeah. You guys. You made some valid points. Regarding the setup. As I said, I don't have a problem with Sherry conquering at all. I just don't like that to be, basing the team around her not being able to pass a button. Which whereas if she had more versatility, like Shelly or Elaine, then that would be then like for example, we will never know if Sherika is our best curve runner or backstretch runner because the whole I guess her dropping the button often tells us what she does on those those legs. But I just think it kind of is a disadvantage. Said Kemba to Shelly to Elaine to
So me not hear that.
You may not hear the last part, but me
I
hearing
think that's a
team.
solid lineup. Personally, as I said, it's not individual. It's so yeah, Sharika for the anchor.
Oh, Albert. All right. So you're breaking up the last part, but I think I get what you're saying. All right. So it really doesn't matter if Sherika is the fastest runner around the curve if she can pass and collect the baton. It really doesn't matter because in a relay the baton is
Exactly.
the most important thing. So while in a
Exactly.
perfect
So
world you'd
imagine if
want
she
her
learned to
to be
pass.
able to, yes, but you can't bend the tree when it's old. And I'm not saying that she's old. I'm just saying in athletics terms, she has always run the ankle leg.
Listen. I even see everything TV is saying that she runs a very good curve. Yes, that is she's
Without
run a very good curve when she's running 200 meters.
without the baton.
The,
When
the,
she
the
not
relay is
fast.
a different dynamic. It's a totally
Oh
different
gosh.
dynamics. I mean, I try convince people to for them to put the individual
Mhm.
where I want it to go. But I'm telling you, I'm looking at it from the perspective of why they would have placed Sharika on that leg for the amount of years that she has been doing it. Solely on that reason. So I'm not trying to convince Albert or anybody else that Sharika has to, because it could be a case where the team comes out next week
Mhm.
and we see Sharon third leg.
The third leg, yeah.
I wouldn't have a problem with that. Obviously, they would have gotten her to do what she wasn't able to do for years.
Yeah.
You understand? So I am and again, coaching is about your own personal philosophy and what you prefer. But this is a open thing where the world has been watching and seeing. Sherika Jackson has anchored the team in 4x1. And it's a reason why she has been doing that leg from high school till now. You understand? That's my few cents.
Yeah. So I say two
Everything
words.
TV. What do you mean by slowing her down?
Yeah, he's trying to say the running with the baton in her hand will not slow her down. And it will not slow her down, but collecting the baton and
Collecting
passing
will
the
slow her
baton
down
will
everything,
slow down the
and
team.
passing will slow it down. So the world record what they might be looking for will not
Yeah.
happen.
So it's not her speed, It's just yeah, it's in those 30 meters, the collecting and the passing of the baton that will slow down the team and make the team not run as fast as they could or they should. All right. And as the track you're saying, Kieran Stewart a very bad start and have started relays in 2018. Disagree that the tree can bend. Chakiro, you are the coach of the 4x1 team, right? This team that should break the record easily. Would you want to try anything new in the finals, seeing that they won't run the heats together to see to give you won't get a test run?
No man, how Shakira would set up his team? That
Would
it
you
should
would
have
you would you try that team? Try it for the first time. You have never seen this person run a leg before and say, oh, the tree can bend. Would you try that for the first time in a World Championships finals? And tell us your team, Shakira, how you would set up the team. Because you see one thing with me as a coach, you have to show me what you're going to do in training. I don't believe that me just on the day you show me in training. So I have to see it in training. And I think a lot of track coaches are like that.
This is Romelo's team.
Romelo? Kemba, Elaine, Sherika, Shelly. They should not have Shelly run the third leg. I'm not gonna say no. I am not going to say no. I need the reasons for that. Based on what happened at Olympics.
Hold on. Albert, you
Yeah.
see what I keep muting your Albert because your background noise is playing music that can cause copyright infringement because we don't own the rights to that music. So if you're going to speak, your background would have to, you have to turn on the music in the background. Go ahead, Fabian.
I was reading something that make me just lose my chain of thought. Oh yeah, Romelio, I'm sure you have a reason for your team, Kemba to Elaine to Sherika to Shelly. My only problem with this team, well, I have two problems with the team. One is Elaine on that second leg, based on what I saw in that 4x1 last year at Olympics, where she go out too early and collect the baton in her right hand. Shows me that she's not comfortable running the second leg. So I would not have her on the second leg. And two, Sherika handling the baton twice. And Shelly, who is probably the most versatile on the team, handling the baton once. So that's my problem with that team.
All right, Monsieur Joel. So people, with that team on the screen, anybody have a problem with that? Monsieur Joel, may I add you?
Nah. Yeah. From watching Shelly over the years, I don't think Shelly is maximizes her talent on the first leg. It just doesn't work. She's like an average
But she had
sprinter
a
on the
faster
first leg
start
instead
off.
of.
You see me
Sorry?
I tell you now, we change it now,
Nah,
And a
nah,
different argument are
Shelly,
coming up.
Shelly good on the the back stretch or the anchor. But that when I see Shelly run the first leg, it's like she just turned into a normal
A
person
normal starter.
versus Shelly and Fraser Price. I don't think Shelly's should be on the first leg at all.
But
All right,
Shelly's the fastest starter of everybody.
The fastest starter in a 100-meter race.
But that
all
is
right.
that is how you would judge them.
Mm-mm. Just watch. Was it the 2008 race? I think she started 2008 race 4x1. I was it the 2012 one I'm thinking about.
Yeah, I think
It
she
was just
started 2008.
it was just slow compared to the other legs.
Okay, can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, on the Joel, but you see my point exactly. Every time I can put up 10 teams, with 4 people, we can rotate it.
Four fast people.
You understand? I can rotate it. But at the same time, every time I rotate, we're not gonna have a problem with the rotation. We can guarantee you that. That's why it is all about the best option to maximize the team's ability. Joel, go ahead.
Okay, personally, I don't feel Shelly should go on the first leg because it wouldn't maximize her potential. Shelly has developed proper speed endurance, and I feel she would do better on the back stretch because I've seen Shelly run super back stretches before. I would have Kemba started. I don't think Kemba will have any problems running any leg on the relay, to be honest, because Kemba has been running relays with NCAA for 3-4 years now, so I don't think she'll have any problems right there. I would put Elaine on the curve because once Elaine is fit and technically sound, I think she'll get off the curve quicker than everybody else. And I leave Sherika where she says she belongs.
Can I ask a question though? And I want
Yes.
persons in the chat to answer it as well. Tego Paul, yes, you can drop your team. Dandino drop his team. Kemba, Shelley, Jacko, ET. All right. Can I ask a question? Why, when we're referring to Elaine, we said if she's fit,
Well,
and then
because
why?
everybody knows about the Achilles issue, so and everybody know Elaine is an injury prone athlete. So the truth is I love her, but sometimes it's a hit and miss. So you never know which one might show up. So you have to hope and pray that she's ready.
What's his name again? What is that? Joel?
Yes.
That's all right, Joel. An unfit Elaine. There are only two persons on the planet who can beat a Elaine when she's not 100%, and that's Sherika and Shelly. So it wouldn't matter.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
She doesn't need to be at 100. It doesn't really matter. So
But
if
personally,
she's
I'm
not
saying
fit,
that
only two
if
people
if
can
she's
beat
not,
her.
if her Achilles is acting up, I wouldn't want her to run the curve on it.
Not
That's what
anymore,
I'm
right?
saying.
I mean, look at 2019.
That's just my personal view.
I think from what I've seen, unfit Elaine's cap is like a 10.75 or so, and are a bit higher, and persons can nowadays the runners can reach close to that. Like what we've seen so far with Elaine citing injury for some parts of the season is a 10.79 the best, and the Americans are running 10.80, 10.81, 10.82, and so I wouldn't be surprised if one of them suddenly made a breakout around a 10.76, and that would instantly be Sherika's PB. So Elaine being injured or
All right.
citing injury is
People,
definitely
before
something
we
to
go
look
any
at.
further, all right. Albert, just a second. People, before we go any further, you all need to like up the stream. It's easy. Just touch the like button, man. Or you can't feel people them stay. So why would not like the live? We don't want to get all these information. Hey, when we don't like the TC, welcome her views. Carla, go ahead.
Yes, I would like to mention winning the gold medal and the world record are our personal favorites running their personal legs. For me, securing the gold medal is paramount. Secondly, the world record. I don't care about too much about whose feelings are hurt in terms of position on the team. I believe the best squad could be Brenda, 2,
Breaking up, we're not hearing. Breaking. All right, coach look like he's having some
Internet problems.
internet trouble. So CC, you just joined CC. The man who said don't need any practice, just vibes.
No, yeah, listen, what I said is this, right?
That can't
All right,
work.
hold on. Sorry about that.
Wait.
Hold on, people. The caller is still online. I
Oh.
got a disconnection just now. The caller is
Yeah.
back. Sorry about that, people. Go ahead.
Okay, as I was saying previously, what it matters to me is Jamaica winning, securing the bag, securing the goal, and then $100,000 for being the world record. That's what's paramount. I think as you said, right, Brianna can actually win the first leg, but I would actually stick to what was tried to improve. I would keep Brianna on the first leg, 2, Shelly on the second leg, Elaine on in the third leg, and Sherry could bring it home. Easily, the baton goes around safely, and everybody wants their potential. That could be a world record right there. People saying Brianna should be swapped out for Kemba. It's mere 100th of a second. Brianna has been tested and proven, and I don't think we should actually mess with that. Kemba, people might not, sleep on her back stretch on Troy. She decimated everybody in the NCAAs, including Abby Steiner on the back stretch. She left Abby Steiner for dead and favor of Feely in the NCAA finals, even though they didn't place. But I strongly believe in the heat, Kemba should run the back stretch. Her top end speed is underestimated, and she proved that in the trials when she didn't get the most brilliant start, but actually fly home to came second in the trials. So don't sleep on her top end speed. She's not just a starter. And Brianna has a faster 60-meter PB than Kemba. I think we should focus on getting the best squad out there to get the result. Gold, paramount, world record second. People feelings they sorted out after they win the gold and share the 100,000.
Well said. Well said.
What is your name, Paula? What is her name?
Lady.
What is her name?
Thank you very much.
Coach, what is her name?
All right, we have another call coming in. The thing. What caller, good evening. You're live on the show.
Coach, this is Mr. Direction.
Say that again.
I want to give you my 4 in terms of the order they should go.
Mm-hmm.
You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that Brianna, because of the experience that she would have had at the Olympics last year,
Mm-hmm.
I think she should start, and Kemba should be off the final team, and she should hand over to Shelly, to Elaine, to Sharika. That I think is a world champion record 4x1 team.
All right. Okay. I disagree with that. Hello? You still there? Yeah. All right. The caller gone. Reconnect. Yeah, man. That caller a while ago was Tigo Paul. So
Yeah.
we have a few more minutes to go in, Fabian.
Yeah, just a few more.
A regular girl semi-final. 15 minutes. CC, you were saying, go ahead quickly, CC.
Yeah, man. What I was saying is this, Fabian. I'm saying, yeah, you can drop the button, yes, this and that and everything. But me, Fabian, you, coach, everybody here, so if they went to a school in Jamaica, the very first sports day you go, you run relay. From your 5, from your 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. All right, look at it like this. I'm not sure all USA teams have done it. So I'm not sure all them high school are growing up, but we know we do this thing from basic school. So I'm saying to you that execution is something we will have 95% of the time. It's only one time I saw us messed up, and it's because there were certain different issues going on with people being messing up on the relay. Chances are the USA is 50-50 when it comes to button exchange. So they
Not
could
the
have
women,
passed.
the men.
Not which women.
The women have been passing button properly for USA, man. It's the men that have been.
Listen,
That's
I
correct,
see the
Joel.
women messed up more
Joel,
than
that's
oh,
correct.
we messed.
So CC.
So
Alright,
I'm saying to you that Fabian, I'm saying this to say anywhere, any leg, it doesn't matter which leg we put the girls. I believe that they are capable of breaking the record, and number one, they're capable of winning the gold medal. So to me, the leg come like it's kind of irrelevant. It's just because for me, you don't want to see Shelly and the anchor or Elaine because them are the superstar.
no.
So if a person tell me he wants to
See,
Shelly,
all right. See, me go stop it right there. So me
You know,
go stop it right
speaking of the leg and who runs what. You know, I think the reason why America has been able to win so many relays for their women, especially in the 4x1 and the 4x4, is because unlike us, they don't have these discussions about who should be and what and who is better for this. They put together the four best. Who when they come together, they don't say
But
just because
Albert,
you
but
came
Albert,
second or become you
Albert,
came. Look at the
Albert,
4x4 with
Albert,
Sydney and
Albert,
I think Mo. These
Albert.
girls
You
never
want
run
to
the
stop
400 and they're
Albert?
sorry.
Albert. Are the
Yeah.
fans them a talk about this? The coaching staff don't talk about that.
Them not talk about
No
it.
man, but why didn't Veronica run in what year was it?
That I
That,
don't
that,
want him
that,
to
that
go back
man,
into that.
that's a one-off thing, man.
That's a one-off feeling
Anomaly.
situation.
It's
Yeah,
still
man,
no,
that's
but
an
it's still a
anomaly, man.
situation. We've never heard it
Yeah.
from America.
No,
We
me
never
want
hear
beat
it again. No
CC
one
now.
time we hear that.
Yes,
Yeah,
certain
that's
things
how we
are
heard it from
better
America.
left
We still have
unsaid. I
to,
don't
no,
think we need
it
to go
still
into
happened
that.
regardless. It still happened, and that shows that there has been tension when it comes on. That situation alone,
The
you can
US
use to
have had
judge, and
challenges
it's
too with
obvious
that.
that
Who wants to run which leg? I see it. I really
Every
come
team
with that.
has
You know.
had it.
I know, but with America, I don't think they focus that much on since I won at the trials. I should do it. Like look at their 4x4. Only one person runs the flat 400.
Albert, let me stop you right there. So a 4x4 is completely different from a 4x1.
It's
Okay,
totally.
but most
And
teams
by the
don't
way,
they send their flat
Albert,
4 by
wait,
don't they send their flat 400 meters
Albert.
in the 4x4?
Albert, listen to what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
That 4x4 team for America is the fastest 400-meter runners, whether they run the flat 4 or not.
Right. Okay.
They are the
exactly. Which means that which means that it does that exactly.
800-meter runner.
That's the point I'm trying to make. They put together their fastest, regardless of how anybody feels.
That is
But
why
it's a
I'm telling
400.
you.
It don't matter who run which leg on a 400. It really doesn't matter who run which leg on a 400. A 400 is just a 400.
Even the 4x1, they will do the same.
Albert,
4x1 is way more trickier than that,
4x1
man.
and CC. Me I got do this for you to CC. You see, in primary school, infant school, then stand up and collect baton. So now tell me no foolishness and say, oh, then we are do it from we are infant and we go through high school. It is more technical than that. So you can't just say anybody run any leg or whatever, you go get the same result because the
can't use 4x4 because US use Sidney McLaughlin, which is a hurdler. They use Mohammed, which is a hurdler. So in regards to the 4x4 is
and those girls have wicked flat 400 speed.
Exactly.
No, they are the 4 fastest. Them if them run the flat 4, them would have finished in the top 4.
Mm-hmm.
Just because they never run the flat 4 don't mean they're not the 4 fastest.
Fabian, you see, I've been to like Edunalin, what them call it, sports day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm feel like a collegiate championship me there.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm telling you, like
everybody. So CC, what about in this one-off situation where you have an Akeem Blake, who is a past student of Merlin Atti, who would not have run on a relay team at champs?
Well, you're saying that, but I think, as I said before, I just think that Jamaicans, I'm gonna come off as being biased into the bias as to the what me know and see, as say, oh, Jamaicans for me, for the most part, is execution. They're gonna win every relay for probably the last 10 or 15 years.
It's not execution, it's speed. Because I think in execution we have probably the best exchanges in the world in 4x1s, because based on the point that you make, yeah, we go through it at champs, but just because we go through it at champs, does we still have to practice to match the speeds. Remember, it's at 30 meters when we get to pass the baton, So they still have to practice to match the speed. Persons will still be comfortable running a certain leg. Sherika Jackson has always been on the anchor leg for Veer. So you can't just say, all right, Sherika, I'm going to put up on the first leg. You must be able to run the first leg. Because you have to think about comfort, and remember, I said sports is about track and field, as a matter of fact. It's a high pressure, It is high pressure. Me get nervous, I'm not even there on the track. And when you get nervous and you stop thinking, this is where muscle memory comes in. That is why training is important. That is why in training, in any sport at all, you do a lot of repetition. Because when you get nervous and everything else fails, muscle memory and your training should take over. That is why in the 4x1 at the Olympics, when Elaine see Brianna they come, she never comfortable on the second leg. When she go out and Brianna say reach, she put up her right hand. As experienced as Elaine is, muscle memory took over and she put up her right hand. Why? Because she is accustomed to running the third leg of a relay. So muscle memory take over. It doesn't matter how experienced you are. So you want to limit the number of chances that you take. I'm not saying that persons can't adapt, but you don't want to take no heap of chance when you run a relay, especially you're running for a team. And people, I'm not blaming Elaine right now. I'm not blaming Elaine. I'm just stating the facts. All right. So see, it's not that simple as saying, oh, we are the relays for a long time and whatever. And each high school do them passes different, them do them check mark different, them do them thing different. So they still have to practice.
Yeah. But by the way though, you notice, I think, not to bring up and give other people certain credence, but I remember you notice what Michael Johnson said about times and records and versus dominating certain events. You realize a lot of discussions right now going into this World Championship is centered around times. So
the clock is the judge in tracks.
If a lot of these athletes
track and field, we're always thinking about times.
Watch out, bro. Listen, look at it like this. If you run the world record, Fabian, right? You have the world record in the 400 meter, but I have three consecutive gold medal in the 400 meter at the World Championship plus Olympic gold medal, and you break the world record 3 times. Which one of us is going down into the sport as a bigger legend?
All right, so the world record holder name will always be there at every track meet. Every time a 400 meter run, the name will be there. Your name will be there as Olympic champion, world champion. For me, I believe in world titles more than world records. So this is what I believe. You run for the title. If you get the record, it's fine. For me, the title comes first. Don't think about the record. If you break the record, then fine. That is for me. And I think a lot of coaches share the same sentiments. Get the world title, and if you break the record, it's fine. And the caller sum it up perfect. The female caller, she say, gold medal first, and then if we get the record, that comes second. Fine. And then feelings come last.
Yeah, you know the reason why I said it. I say it to say that I think a lot of times, for example, there's a young lady who is not going to be at the World Championship, but she has gotten so many praise because she ran a top 10 time. You understand? So she got so many headlines for running a top 10 time.
And do you know why?
Where I come from,
you know why? It's not because you run a top 10 time, CC. It's not because.
No, I know that's not only because of that. But I'm saying
that is what they're using as an excuse to say why she's getting the attention. But that's not the reason, because there are others who are in the top 10 who don't get that. So that's not the main reason. She has just sparked a discussion or engagement in track and field better than anybody since Bolt. There hasn't been any engagement in track since Bolt. And so Americans are always looking for that next big thing to put their support behind. And so everybody...
Yeah, and I think she has given them the hope that they can take the 100 title. So that was another thing to it as well.
Even them the hope. You're on a
Yes.
1.5 race, power
Yes.
1.5 time.
No, CC.
Yeah, man. But yeah, just the same way they've now put their faith in Abby style.
She runs 10-7. She talks the talk, and so America will support her.
Exactly.
Just as how we here in Jamaica, we are supporting Oblique Sevilla and Johan Blake, even though Fred Curley has the fastest time in the world this year. It's the same thing.
Curly now win that. Respect.
Exactly the point that I'm making.
No, but I think, as I said, like I just believe that it goes down to show you that I think if she had run the world record, she probably end up in this track and field society for on that side of the world as even greater than probably a Shelley who have quadruple gold medal in the 100 meter at the World Championship, was a gold medal in the 200 meter, was gold medals.
I don't that.
No, I'm saying to you to say, if she run the world record, I tell you, if she was to run the world record, it's almost as if it is
biggest thing since sliced bread, man.
3 championship.
And and all right, so you have to put it into perspective. Now, the reason for that is because it is said to be an unbreakable record.
Mm-hmm.
So that would contribute to that. That 10.54 that Elaine ran last year, it sent shockwaves through the entire world because nobody, as a matter of fact, not even Elaine. You see that 10.6 that Shelley ran? Remember, nobody before Shelley ran 10.6 other than the world record holder. When Shelley ran 10.6,
Jetta.
And Jetta. But when Shelley ran that 10.6, it sent shockwaves right throughout the world. Why? Because no people are seeing that a once unbeatable record is in touching distance. So you see that record, regardless of the controversy surrounding that record, anybody that breaks Flojo's record will go down in history. It's just like Bolt. You see Bolt 200 meter record. Anybody that break that record will go down in history. Just like how Bolt went down in history for breaking Michael Johnson's 200 meter record. It was a record that everybody said was unbeatable.
Yeah. Plus him go back at Olympics and think he may equal the time too. Because he run 19.32 as well, no? 19.30. He run 19. One thing still, I think Bolt, and this probably we will never know, but I think he could have gone 19, like probably 07, 08.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda, but we now.
I don't want to talk about Bolt because Bolt hang up in tracks and is now doing music and all of that. So make Bolt stay over. Big up to the doctor
Bolt
you
have
see
tracks,
in Bolt, by the way. Big up to doctor you see in Bolt.
Doctors.
Doctor you see in Bolt because he got an honored doctorate from a college.
The second one, man.
I don't remember the name of it. He posted it sometime.
Yeah, man, he had gotten one before, you know.
Yeah, one from you know.
To add to the one that he had before. So
anyway,
we really want to
people, we have to shut this one down.
It's Dr. the Honorable, by the way. Can remember same of Honorable upon him name too, you know.
Yeah, man. So we have to shut down this stream now, people. Thanks very much to everybody who turned out. Big up yourself, Albert. Big up Joel. CC, I learned the sport, you know. 100% understand it, but you love it.
CC say just vibes. A reggae boys are play. CC say vibes.
But anyways, may I go now about 30 seconds to give your final thoughts on the topic. CC, start with you.
All right, my 30 seconds will say that. So the person who will break the world record will not win the gold medal in the 100 meter. The person breaking the world record in the 200 will win the gold medal. So there will be a world record in the 100 meter, but that person will be separate and apart from the gold medal winner. And there will be a gold medal and a world record in the 200 meter.
Joel.
Personally, I don't know if a world record will come in the 100, but if it does, I assume it will be the winner. For the 200, I don't think a world record will come, but if it comes, it will be the person that wins the 200. And for the 4x1, I say leave it at Kemba, Shelley, Elaine, and Sharika.
Albert.
That's it.
Y'all hearing me?
Yeah, Albert, go ahead.
Go ahead.
All right. So we win the 4x1 with a team of Kemba to Shelly to Elaine to Sharika. We break the world record. The world championship record will be broken for the 200. I don't think we'll get the world record for the 200, though. I think it will be by Sharika. Shelly wins the 100 meter. She either runs a low 10.5 or she breaks the world record. And Oblique wins the 100 meter men.
I mean, not, but for me, all right. So since we're on the
Oh,
topic,
and the top three for the 100 all break the championship record for the women.
Albert, sound like him about some good predictions there, you know. All right, so for me, my relay team, and it's just based on the fact of how they finish at trials, and the fact that Brianna and Kemba are almost identical. As a person saying Brianna has a faster 60-meter PB, I mean, it's what, 704, 705?
Yep.
I mean, that's nothing. So the fact that Kemba earned her spot, I would keep her for the finals. However, if Brianna starts in the final, I don't think we would lose anything if either of them starts in the final for the relay. So it's Brianna or Kemba to Shelly, to Elaine, to Sharika. And once we have clean button passes, that world record will go. Once we have clean button passes, that world record will go. As it relates for the other events, I don't see a world record for the women in the 100 meters unless have a 1.9 tailwind. Not this year, maybe next year. Elaine will break it next year.
Which is right.
All right, on my time. Yeah, man, me agree. Me not see no world record for true. Me not see no world record. Check your phone, Fabian. I don't see any world record. But people, tomorrow, tomorrow is going to be the start of the World Championship. And boy, I'm nervous already. Nervous. We'll be having coverage here. I'm not certain if we're able to do the morning session or the first session, but we'll definitely be back for the second session, the final session of the day. So we hope that everybody will come over here while you watch. You'll listen to our commentary and coverage. Fabian will be here. Myself will be here. We possibly will have a few guests passing through as well. So yeah, man, we look forward to that. Good move by Elaine to sign to Puma. I think they ambushed Trapton. Um, she spoke about world record. And it's frightening. And we wish the team all the best as they prepare for their relay. To ensure that the team can, get the goal first, as persons are alluding to. Then, if the world record comes, then they get the bonus. So again, big up yourself, people. Thanks very much for tuning in. We appreciate you being here. And stay safe. Until next time. Peace out.
Your style and your flavor make the city rock. They must say the season come out with a bang. Coach Minzy, best round here. Remember that.